and welcome to another episode of Gods and Goddesses Creating Worlds, because that's what we're doing on this channel. Right now, it is a 12 map series for Trollord Games called Castle Keeper's Guide, going from Thorpe, Hamlet, Village, all the way up to Big City, City with Walls, Metropolis, and everything in between. You get the idea. And we're doing them on one canvas. Just because I want to see if I can break my computer, right? We are working black and white right now. We've done the Thorpe. We're pretty close on the Hamlet. And I think tonight we'll get to start working on the village. So that's kind of where we're at. The objective for tonight is to finish those blank roofs, get some details in there, and get some detail on the ground. You can see this ground, the farms will do during colouring, but you see those little bushes and the insinuation of grass, etc. We want to complete that here as well. The farms, again, we'll come back to it. I might do a muddy field, gone fallow or something like that. But we are definitely, oh, and we've got to draw a maypole. So roof details first, the tiles, the slats of wood, the thatch, whatever it is. We've got, I think, about 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 5 roofs to do. So that's where we're going to start. Who's Noble John? Oh, Noble John? Noble John? What? Noble John, bottom right corner. I literally have no idea what you're talking about. The stream overlap. Oh! I don't know. How long's that been there? Let me, what is that? Oh, that's when we had the Noble Dwarves on. And apparently, I must have clicked it by accident. Noble Mark? Noble John. Okay, yeah. You shouldn't have told me there was a stream over there. I would have been looking through it. I was literally getting ready to do this. What? Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, so let's get into some boosts. This will be a nice, easy way to start this. And I want to have a level of contrast. Like these 3 buildings here are going to be thatch, ergo, straw type of colours, right? We've got a wooden building here, a wooden building here, so we're going to get a nice little contrast between them. I don't want it to look like a quilt, but a little bit of variation will look visually interesting. So I'm thinking about this one not being thatch. I'm thinking about it not being thatch. And I'm thinking, I really liked this tiling approach that we were doing here, so I think we're going to do that. And that gives us room to make it slate, it could be wooden tiles. And let me just make sure, yep, we've got everything still square. Let's do this. Be a nice way of starting out. Let's just rotate that a little bit. I got 2 in there. I don't know. I'm not going to get 2. I'm just going to do the 1. That's fine. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. If you hear a cat crying in the background, it's because he's starving or something, I guess. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do another one that is shingles, but the shingles are going to be rougher. What am I doing? That was a mistake. Let's get rid of that. This is what we're meant to be doing. There we go. Hey, Miss J, good morning to you, young lady. How are you? My cat's saying hello to you as well. You can probably hear that in the background. Because that is some serious ass whining. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you talking to? There's no way you can't hear that. Listen him go. Vocal little bugger. There we go. You see, I like that. I like that. I like how that texture looks. So let's do a rougher version of this. Still going. He's still going. Alright, I'm gonna actually try something. I'm gonna try something I've not done before. I don't know if this is gonna work. Yeah, Twitch is kind of delayed too, isn't it? So it's like Jack will be hearing it in real time, and then we'll be hearing it through the stream. Okay, so what did I want to try with this? Well, I think I'm going to make this a little bit small. Oh, I'm still on rotate. And what I actually want to be on is brush size. How am I going to do? If I do... How am I going to do this? Let's draw first. And then, so this will be kind of like this. Is this my intent? Screw it. Yeah, something like this. He's still going. Deacon, what's wrong, baby? Yeah, everyone can hear you. What's wrong, baby? I'll finish this roof. I'm not super happy with it. Miss J, how's the Roman city going? Let's rotate this little puppy. Miss J has an outline for most of the coast drawn in. Outstanding. Unfortunately distracted by betraying battle maps. Yeah, but you kind of do it occasionally, right? You're fostering your Patreon, and that's really important. And those battle maps look fucking awesome. And it's a juggle, right? I mean, even if it wasn't Patreon, it could be something else. So I get you. Just want to get your teeth into the city map. You think you'll be on it now, though? You're done with the battle maps, right? Yeah, that will do. That's nice. That's okay. Come on, rotate with me. There we go. Print size about so. That looks nice. That's a nice roof. That's a nice little roof. I've actually got another project I'm working on that I haven't been streaming. That's a stone tablet with a stone map kind of etched onto it. So I've been doing that over the weekends, and I kind of want to work on it now. But so there's, for me, it's also a little bit of a juggle. It's like, no, gotta work on this, and then at some point I gotta go back to Teagle. So I kind of feel you. All right, so this guy, a little bit of a mason dude. We decided yesterday. I want it to feel. I'm gonna call it rustic. I want to call it practical. So either thatch, but we've got a lot of thatch going on around him, or wood, and I think we're going to give him a wood roof, almost like a shed. And over time, I think we'll upgrade this guy, and we'll give him like a a tiled roof or something, and we'll give him some like outhouses and things like that. I agree with you, Miss J. I actually agree with you. One map that you just concentrate on, and you could just pour your time, your effort into it. It's like as you shift projects, it's like you have to shift. It's more than just shifting your pen, right? You've got to shift the entire way of thinking, especially in the scale shift that you're doing. I only took on this other project because I wanted to actually do it as a favor for someone, but I actually feel like it could be quicker. It's not my usual 100-hour sort of project. Alright, so we've got wood roof dude done. We've got 2 to go. I think one of these should be a thatch. We've got no thatch up in this corner. Maybe both will be a thatch. Let's do both thatch. Zoom out a little bit here. I've got a was it third, fourth project waiting in the wings that I'm meant to work on, which is a medieval map of Viking raid points. And it's like I'm really tempted to work on that as well, but then that's literally 3 or 4 overlapping projects, and I don't think that would be good. Alright, I think we've got roofs done. Let's change to black and white. And maypole. So a maypole in and of itself is just a freaking pole with hanging streamers off it, and I don't even think they keep the streamers on there year round. They take them off, so that's not much of a bloody maypole, is it? Or do we? I think I've seen maypoles with the streamers hanging out, and then they're kind of pegged. That would be a cool look. So let's do that. Let's do that. I'm not going to add a well or anything like that to the center of the market, the town square, because they're close to the river, and I don't think that they would go to that trouble just yet. Literally, they could just walk over there. But when this becomes a village, we are going to start adding a well. Yeah, no, you're 100% right, Miss J. It's like, okay, I can deliver one of them this month, another one, granted, is going to be 2 months out, then another one is 3 months out, or I'll work on them all at the same time and no one gets anything until March of next year. Yeah, and I'm not a fan. I've actually got to, I've got to get back into Gax more at some point. Maybe this weekend. I've got to put street labels on it. Street labels. So I'm really not sure how that's gonna come out. I'm trying to. You see this? I thought it was a dot, like a mark on my monitor. I'm trying to scratch it off with my thumb. Right. Well. What if we did something like this? In fact, what if we did? Mister, do you draw on a tablet? What are you drawing? Like, is it like a laptop type of deal that you tote around with you? Wake up tablet plugged into the laptop. Cool. Alright, that's kind of cute. That's kind of cute. It's not exactly in the center, but we'll move it in a moment. When it comes to colouring, we'll make that look real pretty. Alright, so that kind of feels a little bit more central. There we go. I'm gonna hit save. Alright, now we've got a pillory. Let's do some kind of stage here. Miss J, just got myself an iPad Pro. I'm hoping we'll be able to do some maps on less electricity than the laptop. Okay. Extend the working hours when you're traveling in your van. Yeah. Oh, you got a little solar panel? You got a little solar panel in your van? I didn't know they did that. I mean, of course, the doy. That's kind of cool. So you just got a little solar panel on top of your roof as you're driving around, and there's your electricity. That's really neat. Oh, thanks, Photoshop. That's wonderful to show me that. That's awesome. I'm gonna soften up. I'm gonna soften up some of these road edgings here, but we'll work on that primarily as we hit the detailing stage. There you go. Alright, so what do I want to do with this? Yeah, okay, so this is just the corner where miscreants are dealt with. And I think there we go. In fact, let's put someone in the stocks. That's outstanding, Miss J. I mean, I didn't even think about that. It makes total freaking sense. It makes total sense. What do you do for things like water and such? Hey, GL. Good to see you. Not sure the best way to approach this, but I think that this is what we're gonna do. And am I making this a farm? Am I making this a farm here? Is that the plan? we got field. This goes off this direction. So this is, where is this? Oh, we actually added this. So I think that's around here. So is that around here? So maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like here. I think it's around here. These are the two houses there. And this is coming down. Is that it? I fucking don't know. Oh, we can do what we want. I'm gonna make it a field. Where does the water come from? Like, I mean, do you just get it from rain? Do you just like fill it out of a puddle, like in the outback somewhere? I mean, or do you just like you fill it like where you're at now, and then it just lasts you until you get to the next point? And GL, this is what we were working on last night. We drew the outside shapes of the buildings, and we filled in half of them. We filled in the other half tonight with all basically the thatch roof materials. And now I'm coming back through and we're adding in the details. And we started with the maple. I definitely have to think about farms and borders and things like that. I don't think everyone would fence off their property. Not at this stage. We were going to do a graveyard here with one mausoleum. So let's come back to him. Let's do one field that is fallow. That makes sense, Miss J. That makes total sense. My objective for tonight is to try and get as close to having all of our ground detail done, because then we can actually move on to the village next. And then when the village is done, I think we might colour these. I'm really tempted to get into colouring. GL, I'm not sure I actually need anything on the map right now. We've got our buildings drawn. We're going to start doing our ground details, shrubs, bushes, grass, etc. Do need to draw ourselves a little tiny mausoleum. There's got to be a faster way of doing what I'm doing now. we need a plow in storage somewhere. I have no idea what a plow looks like from above. But let's draw one. Where's the entrance to that farm? Oh, it's up here. So this belongs to someone up here, like you. This is your farm right here. Okay. So this must be your barn, huh? Well, aren't you, Mr. Fancy Pants? Yeah, Mr. Small, right? I completely misspelled that. Okay, so the hamlet size is probably one of these. This type, right? So this is just a freaking line with a spade underneath. I'm not feeling this or this. I'm thinking more like this. Certainly not this. Like this type of thing. So basically a line with two handles on the back, a big shovel on the bottom, and a wheel at the front. And alright, and some doohickery. But to Bishay's point, small. So maybe it's something that is pulled out over here. Let's make our pan a little smaller. That'll do. It's the implication. Hello, Mr. Future Ferryman. How are you? Still a little small on that one. Oh, Mr. Did you not see it? Yeah, cute little boot. We've got another one. In fact, we've got that little fella there. We've got that little fella right there. And we've got more of a canoe style right there. Oh, and we've got this little guy right up here. I think if this is going to be our future ferryman, let's give like some kind of sense of what's coming up in the future. So what's the deal with this guy? What is the deal with this guy? This is his farm. And I guess maybe you've got a farm behind you. What is this guy's deal? Is he just there? Just hanging out next to the river? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Maybe we'll give him a little... fishing net type of thing that he's got working on. feel like it's a faster way of doing what I'm doing now too. It's like I should create just a sheet one day of background fill that is these little dots, little tiny bushes, and then just use that. Draw over the top of it. So we've got a hedge on that side. Are we doing a hedge on the other side? So this guy made a hedge. Now, I don't think he would have done a hedge. Not yet. Not yet. Is there a small cliff behind the house, or is he on the shore? Oh, this guy? Who are we talking about? This guy? That's this guy. We're actually going to give him an extension later on. He's actually going to get bigger. I guess we could do a little bit of a hill here. We could. Is there a particular reason why you were... Are you suggesting that? Are you asking a question? Well, I haven't drawn anything behind. Oh, this guy. You maybe. Are you talking about this guy? It's not a cliff. It's a whole rocky area. This guy, I haven't drawn anything for him yet. But there's no reason why we couldn't have a little hill. So also a reason why there isn't a farm in this particular area. Hey, Alex Vixen! F. Well, oh, okay, so these Fs are farms. And I'm gonna mainly do... So we've got one farm here, but that's not a cliff. That's just gonna be a fallow field. And this one we're actually going to do in colouring. And then we've got... Oh, and then there's this F. Maybe you're talking about this F. This is not a cliff, but this is a hill and a rocky area. Did that answer your question? How are you, Alex Vixen? We have the usual suspects in here tonight with us. In fact, Alex Vixen, we did our maypole tonight, and we did our pillory, and we actually put little dude in the pillory. I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm glad you're doing okay. Alright, so are we gonna have... What is going on here? What is going on? Oh, that's a graveyard and shit, right? Alright, so if we got a graveyard, I am actually going to fence it off. And I'm gonna fence it off with a hedge. Am I calling you suspicious? Are you denying that you're the usual suspects? And I think what we'll do is we'll kind of peter that out here. I'm going to throw a freaking tree right there. And as you round the corner, you actually duck onto 2 trees. Okay, that's nice. Alright. Let's go to the other side. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Let's get this dialed in. You know, I think we're gonna continue like this hedge here. Get a little bit distracted. And so here, come down the road, two small trees, there's a path between the trees, and this hedgerow. And then I want to separate the church from the house, and I think we'll just use a regular fence for that. And then we'll do the graveyard. I love it when the I'm going to call it background texturing starts to get in place, and it's like we start to push away the white space. I love that. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. Why have I got a details layer? Oh, yeah, that was shit. That was not ink. Okay. Plus B. What's plus B? I don't know. We're doing a mausoleum type thing. I don't know what B stands for. That literally makes no sense. Alright, let's continue the hedgerows here. Yes, GL, we are indeed intending to get a PlayStation. No, we have consoles. We tend to be PC gamers, like way more than we're console gamers, but we've always had consoles. So I guess what I'm saying is we don't like clamor to get front of the queue or anything like that. We didn't pre-order. But we do intend to get one for Christmas. So it's going to be our joint present to each other. Is a PlayStation 5. Are you going to get one, GL? Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, that just came out of nowhere. Actually, I think we have to pay PlayStation 3 as well. We have like I think it's a 3. We got the 3, we skipped the 4, I think. We definitely don't have a 4. So yeah, ours is old too. So I feel you, man. I feel you. And it's like because we don't play consoles all the time, because we play our computers like way more. It's like we don't try to keep up with the consoles. They tend to be they're pretty expensive, right? And we literally most of the time are using our consoles for connecting to streaming services or playing Blu-rays. 99% of the time. But the latest one looks so good and its stats are so good. We're like, okay, it might be time to upgrade. Am I separating the house from the graveyard? Yes, I'm going to do it with a regular fence. How old's your son, by the way? How old's your son? Yeah, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a fence like here. 11. Oh, that's a good age for one, man. That's a good age for one. Especially if you've got a 3, it's like I think you can skip a generation and hold your head high, be fine with it. When you start getting too far behind, it's like shit just stops working, you know. We actually stopped using our Xbox. We've got an old Xbox, because like all the streaming services stopped working on it. They just wouldn't fucking work. So I think there comes a point where if you can't get out of it what you want to get out of it, upgrade. And let's face it, it looks sleek, man. It looks so sleek. It's a head turner. And the price isn't that bad. Even the one with the disc drive is not that bad. Alright, so this church, let me just like rotate this. Let's just snap this into position here. This church is here. So he's eventually going to have a farm down here. So if he's going to have a farm down there, I think I'm actually going to put a fence on the other side of him too. Yeah, I feel you, man. My Xbox hard drive died. It just died, and I had to get another hard drive for it. So the hard drive is actually pretty good at it. Like, you know, it's like 2 terabytes or something like that. But I never use it. I just never use it. That gave me a heart attack. Princess Strega, of course it was Princess Strega. Almost jumped out my skin. Alright, I've hit save. Yeah, we literally put on our Xbox. No, we don't even, we use Roku now. We have a Roku. So it's like, I can't remember the last time our Xbox was actually on. And I'm not saying it's bad value or anything. I mean, the Xboxes are great, and the software thing, the Game Pass thing that they've got going on right now is really good. It's like, there's a lot of benefits to it, but when you play your games on a computer 99% of the time, Princess, not bad timing. This is where we're at right now. We're doing ground details. We've done the roof details. We did a little maypole. And we've done a pillory with a guy in the stocks. Or in the pillory, I suppose. And I'm now just washing through the map, adding texturing. And it's actually, you've joined us at a good time because I'm about to do the graveyard. GL, can you make the roof of my cabin green when you colour it? Which one's yours, GL? Remind me. Oh, okay, hold on. You told me to put a cabin in the woods. You didn't tell me it was yours. Yes, we can make it green. I didn't know we were building you a house, sir. Had I known that, I would have charged more. And I haven't done Princess Streggers yet because she would get a palace, and that's got to come later on. Or a castle. Where would Miss J live on this map? Where's Miss J's home? You're the Green Knight, are you? Because of your mossy wood or your mossy roof. Alright, so what I typically do with my graveyards is I mark them out first. And here's the kicker on this. This is a hamlet. I don't want to do my usual freaking nuts graveyard just yet. So, but what we are going to do is we're marked off ground where there's going to be a lot more graves. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of like sneak some paths in here. We'll bring one at the back here. And I think we're gonna separate out some of the actual graves and things. This is not going to be a packed graveyard yet. But as we start expanding out into the village and everything, we are going to expand the graveyard as well. If GL is moving into the cabin in the woods, I'm taking up residence in the mausoleum. Okay. Okay. Then you get to decide the colour of that, but it's stone. And it has to fit in with the hamlet. I am going to actually throw in a couple of trees here. GL, PM me a pic of his next mini. Okay, let's take a look at GL's painting. You were patient, man. You just keep going. You're like the Energizer Bunny. You just have... Ooh, that's a nice one. Actually topical. Look at this. So this is what GL's going to do next. Is that 3D printed? That's a nice mini. And literally what we were just talking about. That's, you know, any time that you get a mini and you just want to put paint on it, that's a good mini, you know? If it sings to you and you just want to reach for a brush and just start getting paint and getting those layers in. And that actually does that for me. Turn up my gain on the microphone. I don't know what you mean by that. The microphone has been the standard sort of setting since the beginning of time. I don't like to mess with my microphone too much. How do I sound to everyone else? Princess, I'll just talk up a little bit. I don't like messing with my volume settings too much. So I'll just keep my voice elevated and clear. There is no way on this planet, by the way, that we are going to get all of this groundwork done tonight, which makes me sad in my pants. But we'll see how far we can get. It's like, it doesn't look like much, but it just takes time. We're going to work on for this for about another half hour, and hopefully we can get real close. Hopefully we can get really close. No, I know, Princess, that you're a little hard of hearing. I don't know why I'm talking to the camera. Should be talking up here. But, I mean, we can't deafen everyone else, right? It's a little bit of a trade-off, darling. A little bit of a trade-off. I'll just try and enunciate my words a little clearer for you. Alright, let's draw some gravestones. So the way I typically do my gravestones is we have the ones that are long, like this, and Alex Vixen was talking about that last night. Where there's a complete slab. And maybe we'll even have, you know, a husband and wife close to each other, like so. And maybe we'll even have, like, one of those, just a large slab. Maybe we'll have a couple of those. Let's put another one up here. But I think a little bit more of these. Oops, not drawn crooked like that though. That was horrible. And we'll do another one over here. And maybe one here. Do I have any minis I want to paint this fall? Yeah, I've got actually quite a few. Actually, hold on a second. Alright, these are my projects. I've got, and you're not going to see it in the lighting. I mean, the lighting's shit for this, okay? But I've got George Washington. He's fully painted. I'm actually going to create a little diorama out of this guy. I want to get a little boat next to him, and I'm going to put him on the shore of the Delaware, right? So I want to get him finished, painted, done. I have this 3D printed Viking guy right here. I don't know how clearly you can see that, but I also have it in resin. One's 28mm, or I guess 35mm, one's 50-odd-millimeter, and I want to paint both. I have this little sultry vixen, which looks like some kind of female German with a whip and a long... I don't know if you can see that, that's probably pretty bad. This is not the channel for doing this, because I would normally put it up on the big screen. But I have these two too. This is from a Kickstarter called Artemis, and these are this one on the like your right has a shield associated with it. These two are beautiful miniatures, like about 75mm tall. These will be absolutely fantastic. I'm looking forward to painting these. And 90% of what I paint, I typically do it for the painting. And then if someone wants to buy one off me or just wants one, I typically, donate them. I just like painting them. But the George Washington one, I want to get him based up. And then I don't know which project we're going to move into next. I've actually been doing a secret project, which is why you've not seen any painting of me in a while. I'm doing it for a friend, and it's a present for someone, so I can't show it or even talk about it until it is received by that person. But I will have photos of it, and that's what I've been working on. But that's why you've also seen nothing coming out of me. Yeah, I'll take photos and post them. Absolutely. In fact, the two Artemis ones I did a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, absolutely. You'll see them. You'll see them. Yeah, in fact, actually, in all truth, I have two other projects that I really want to do. One is Boudica, and she's massive on a chariot. It's literally this big. It's a gorgeous piece. It's a show piece. I actually started gluing her together about 2 weeks ago, and I posted pictures on my Facebook. And the other, and I think I actually put it on Instagram too. The other is a Mongol warrior, or warrioress, I suppose, a female warrior with a bow on a horse with a like a war leopard running alongside her, and she's like this, and it's this really dynamic pose, and she's like 120mm tall. She's a big piece. It's like, I want more time for painting, man. It's like, I love painting. I think I'm pretty good at it. And I just don't get the time nowadays. I mean, I would paint full time. I would paint full time. It is extremely therapeutic for me. Hey, Double Dwarf! How is Chester doing? Chester is doing great. Chester's on my mantelpiece over there. I've started to paint him. Yeah, I've not shared anything yet because I want to stick his arms in place. But for that, I need to actually paint all of the scales and get them highlighted and everything. But Chester's doing fantastic. You're gonna like how he's shaping up. Yeah, Chester looks fantastic. In fact, the bottle on Chester is probably going to be the hardest challenge for me. Thank you so much. Because I want to do a full-on label. And I guess it'll be a front and back, right? And I want to make it look like there's liquid inside. So I kind of want to do this translucent green color with this sort of sensible liquid that's kind of on an angle. It's going to be a real challenge, but I'm looking forward to it. But I've got his burnt orange painted. He's got 2 layers of highlights, and that includes on all of his little arms. I've got his bowler cap painted. I got some preliminary sort of shading going on it. He's looking good. He's looking good. Right, I don't want to go too big with this. This is a hamlet. This is a hamlet. There will be a few generations of people buried here, but let's not make it huge, right? Little bit more, just a little bit more. Label it to a shirt design and a full liquor line. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I forget the name of the liquor that we agreed on now, but that's got to be on there, right? It's got to be on the label. Didn't agree on one? Well, that gives me free reign. We'll have to get something written down now. We'll have to get something written down. So I'll remember. How have you been anyway, Noble? How have you been? I'm going to space out the dots a little bit here. Spaced out dots almost implies a little bit more manicured, right? Like the minute we start doing this type of thing, it looks a little bit more unkempt, especially if we start doing that. That'll do. That will do for the graveyard, I think. Noble Dwarf has just paid the factory to start the dice popper production. Nice. Came up with a terrifying creature idea. How would you describe your business, Noble Dwarf? I mean, what is your business? You know, give me the elevator 3-line version. Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do a treehouse. Noble Dwarf is a game publishing and development company dedicated to bringing the most detailed, intertwined world to life in Calandria. At the same time, we offer the same services to others that they can bring forth their ideas without the overhead and risk involved. That's nice. So what are the... By the way, the potion bottle thing that you guys have got going on is ridiculous. But the potion bottles, the dragon, dice, like, how does that feature in? Is that the part of same services to others so they can bring their ideas forth? Like, this poppable. Like, how does the poppables play in with Calendria? Calendria. That looks like a little happy smiling face. I'm leaving him. He's a happy bush. Alright, a little bit clearer towards the house, I think. There we go. That looks pretty good. I'm okay with that. Gonna hit save. Alright. On the other side, 2 buildings. We need to separate their property a little bit. Maybe we'll fence off their property. It is a treehouse. That music goes on forever. But I guess it got my attention. Princess Reggae, yes, it is a treehouse. That's exactly what it is. Noble! They were all elements of the say in the game. So Prudence, the gnome whose house you drew, and Light Harbour is the creator of the potions, which are magic items in the game. Okay, the dice popper is called the Portal of Evistra, which is a small magic item. Okay. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Okay. Just softening up these just a little bit. By softening up, apparently I mean completely bloody erasing. But I think we're gonna give this guy a hedge. And I think we're gonna take it all the way up the other side. And as a time check, we've got about 20 minutes left. So this is going to be a case of how much ground cover can I do in 20 minutes. I think we could definitely do here, right? We could definitely do this. But we're just going to push on. And then the next time we stream, we'll finish this and we'll start working on the village right over here. Alright, let's give these guys something fun. Yeah, you know what I think we're going to do is we're actually going to do a fence right down the side here. Because that gives both families a lovely section of land each. this guy. I think this guy here. You know what I'm actually really tempted to do around the hamlet square is actually start giving some people some stone walls. Not hedges, not fences, stone walls. Because it's almost like the village square is that little bit of wealth going on. We do have a masonry dude up there now. So we've got like the actual tavern here. So let's get some stone walls happening. And perhaps another pool. Yeah, perhaps another pool. Like over here. We could do another pool. Yeah, we can do another pool. Or pond. It's a pond, right? It's a natural water formation. It's a pond. I think we're actually going to do the pond here. Or do we do the pond in the top left? No, I'm going to do it in the bottom left. I'm going to do it down here. And I think this is going to be some farms too. But this is going to be some farms with a freaking pond in here. A little sign that says no fishing. Vamps only. It's not running water. Be okay for vamps. Okay, so stone wall. I'm gonna give this guy a stone wall. I don't know the best way to do a stone wall at this scale. But if we don't do individual stone blocks, we're missing an opportunity. And I'm talking about, this is like a low stone wall, you know, like waist height type of deal. Just a little picturesque village stone wall. It'll mainly come out in colouring, I think. Lost Boys is an outstanding flick. I love Lost Boys. I feel like Jack and I watched that not long ago. Like, it might have been a couple of years ago now. Time has been flying. I think we actually went to the Hollywood Theatre and watched it. But maybe I'm imagining that. I didn't realise how many sequels they did to Lost Boys. I had like no idea. Do we have a small corral to hide the stables? You know, that's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. That is not a terrible idea. Yeah, you know. We'll put one in that place there, I think. I like that idea. Princess, have you watched What We Do in the Shadows? Like the comedic documentary on vampires? The film and the series? I love it. It's a film, and so it's in the vein of like a Mighty Wind. Is it called a Mighty Wind? Best of Show, and that type of thing, where it's like a mockumentary, right? So you got a camera crew following like the cast around, like they're being recorded for TV. But it's vampires, and there's a film version which I actually quite enjoyed, and I think there's 3 series now. We've watched the first series. Hilarious. I personally am very entertained by it. Yeah, they didn't make a reboot, Alex. It was literally 2 sequels. I haven't watched either one of them, and I suspect I didn't miss out on anything. Alright, we're gonna give this guy some gardens. He's got some freaking cabbages and cauliflower patches, that type of thing. So let's just do a little bit of texturing on around. I don't want to leave everything just to colouring. We will draw some cauliflowers and things here. This is not it, but we're going to imply that he's got like some little berry bushes or something. There is a reboot. Lost Boys 2019. I had no idea. Well, shit. I said I was behind the times on it. It's like I watched the first one. I've rewatched the first one several times. I absolutely love it. I like Fright Night too, by the way. I like Fright Night. Similar sort of era. Different types of movies. I actually don't know, GL. I honestly don't know. Oh, you see, that looks good. That looks good. I'm okay with that. I am really okay with that. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. There's a TV series? Alright. You know, I'm gonna give this guy like a big ass tree in his backyard. And then we're gonna do these patches here. Silver maple. That's right. It's a silver maple. So they rebooted it. So Alex Nixon, have you actually watched it? Because now I'm curious to actually get someone to give me a review. I'm not so curious to actually watch it myself, but I want someone else to tell me about it. Right, because these lines go from left to right there, we're going to do these lights down. What do I want to do here? You know what? This is what I'm going to do here. Time check. We have 5 minutes. Thank you. Actually, time is getting away from me. We have about 5 minutes left. I am determined to finish this corner, okay? I'm determined to finish this corner. I really don't want to leave this corner hanging. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, that looks good. I'm okay with that. Oh, that looks so lovely. That's got a good vibe going on. I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. Alright. Yeah, something like that. That's nice. That's really kind of nice. I'm gonna hit save. Thank you, Noble. Alright, so we've got 5 minutes. We can finish this. Look at this right here. We can finish this. So leaving town. I'm going to give them stone walls. Leaving town. The stone walls won't go the whole way. Yeah, okay. We're going to do it like this. They'll eventually go into hedgerows. But I figure, you know, as you walk into this hamlet, to have like stone walls on your left and right would be kind of cool. I've walked into villages like that. You know, with this guy, I'm actually going to give this guy like a little door right there. Archery range. Oh, you know what? Okay, no, hold on. That was this guy over here. No. He's... Which one is he? Which one is our... He's a fisherman. Which one is our... We don't have a hunter, right? So maybe we'll do an archery range up here. Maybe he'll be it. Something like that. No, this guy here, he's a tannery. That's why he's here on the other side of the river. Oh, but wait, he's an ex-ranger who's turned tanner, and he also hunts. Because he hunts, he gets the hides, he brings them back, he tans them. Alright. Yes. The answer is yes. Like some hay bales, right? And he's got like a little table that he's got set out here. He kind of puts his little pots of arrows and stuff down there. And he's given himself like a little line. He's given himself a little line of like trestles. Can't go beyond them. And he has a hamster called Boo. Yeah, by the hill. Okay, I didn't even see that. You might have thought about a different hill, but I was thinking this hill, but it's basically a hill. I'm gonna bring it over here because we're gonna actually expand this tannery operation up here. So we're gonna bring it here, right? So we can come out. Imagine this: you get out your canoe, you're walking up to the thing. It stinks. It's a tannery. Freaking stinks. But you got a little archery range over there. So we'll do his little, not to be crossed. Now here's the deal. If you're standing there shooting arrows, right, this area gets scuffed up. And then once you're done, there's a level of scuff as you go down the range to pick up your arrows. It's the ideas that you guys and girls give me. It always is. I would never have drawn a maypole. I would never have drawn a stock. I never actually would have thought about putting an archery range at this scale. I probably would have missed the opportunity to do a little boat like that. You guys and girls are giving me awesome ideas. You really are. Not a watchtower yet. We are going to add one, and I think we'll do it when we hit the village, because we have to draw a keeper tower, right? So I think we're actually going to do a tower. I think it was Green Loonton here that actually said that towers are never drawn, everyone does a keep. We're going to do a tower, and we're going to add it to the village somewhere. But I think a village has got to be the point where maybe something like that gets added. Not a hamlet. I think a hamlet's too soon, you know? Especially, I'm not saying hamlets wouldn't have one, but I kind of almost want to force delineations a little bit. So when you visually look at a thorp, there's a certain immaturity to the settlement, you know? Immaturity to the wealth, immaturity of years, immaturity in the buildings. Then when we look at the hamlet, we start to see some maturity creeping in. It's almost like, you know, we start to see a 20-year-old coming in here or there. We start to see some more refined roofs, a little bit of wealth sprinkled about, but nothing so on the nose as a tower, right? Then when we go to the village, now we've got like 500 souls. Now we've got some slate roofs and things. Now we've got a little bit of wealth here and there. It starts to feel established. It's mature. It's your 30 or 40-year-olds, and there's a little bit of a history going on here. Now I think we can get away with a tower on something like that. And it wouldn't be... I don't think it would shake the visual cohesiveness. Trademark. Scottish Tower Castle. We're not doing one of them right now. Not in the village. But yes. You know what? I actually love it when you get something like, a tower that turns into a small keep that actually then crops up you know, basically the equivalent of a thorp or a hamlet in or around it, and then that maybe becomes a village or something around it because they could all run up there when shit goes down. I love that. I really love that. There is another project that Trollord and I have been talking about that is very similar, by the way, to that. It's got a similar sort of evolution concept going on, but in spades. So I'm hoping we can actually get that project going. And that, I think, would be great. Actually, honestly, that would be a real shake-up. Take the concept of a tower or a keep, and what then happens around it. I really like that idea. What's a block? Are you about to lay down like some learning here, Alex Fiction, at the end of the hour? Please do hit me with it. What's a block? I mean, I'm pretty learned on this shit. I've never heard of a block. Educate me. You know, one of the cool things that was part of my education in England, we actually studied things like Motte and Bailey castles and stuff. Like, it was a thing. We actually had a field class that went to a tour, you know, an old burial mound. Saxon Ho it was. It's like, you just don't get that nowadays. I'm not even sure England does that nowadays. It's so freaking cool. A block is an Iron Age dry stone hollow-walled structure found in Scotland. Blocks belong to the classification of complex Atlantic roundhouse. Wow, look at this. I actually did not know about these. What am I looking at here? Yeah, it'd be a bit weird for this city, but they're really cool. Iron Age dry stone, hollow walled structure. So they'd live in this. They literally lived it. Wow. Can you imagine constructing something like this? I mean, the people that have come before us, they had a level of freaking tenacity that I can barely get my head wrapped around. I mean, double layered. Look at this. I mean, this is serious. This is serious construction right here. Can you imagine the work effort? Wow, look at this one. Look at this. I just learned something new today. Alex Fiction, you gotta keep coming back to the channel because you keep educating. I mean, this is... I mean, that'd be a pretty cozy place to live, right? Look at this multi-story deal going on. These walls with the ventilation in there and everything. I am seriously impressed. Alright, let's just finish off this area here. We've got this is going to be a clear area. I'm not going to put any grass or anything there. We are going to do some grass and things around the pond. And we're going to, Yeah, not right next to the shed. I think next to the shed is kind of all a little overgrown. Next to the wall is a little overgrown. Yeah. Alright, so, and then we're going to just do some light planting right here. Tallest prehistoric structures in Britain. Alex, seriously, I love learning things. I really do. I've never heard of a block. I've never heard of it. I don't think I've ever seen a block. I love it. I missed it. You gotta draw it. You gotta do it. You know, so here's the deal. So here's the deal with this map, right? I've got to draw a keep or a tower. I've got to do a Motte and Bailey. I've got to do a 45 military camp. That's so cool. Like, I'm loving this project so much. But it's like the tip of the iceberg. I would love to do a whole range of these structures. Like, clearly, block would be a great example. Especially if you could do, like, because the top of a block is like, okay, whatever. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think I understand what's going on. It's kind of like a tower. But the cutaway version? A cutaway version would be primo. Alright, I know I'm getting, well, wow, I'm 10 minutes past my stream time, but I just want to finish this corner, okay? Time goes fast when you're learning shit. Block. Alright, there we go. There we go. There's the result of our labours. I like it. I like it. I like what we've got going on here. Quite a bit. GL, I have a castle project for you. Might be too small of a scale though. I'll take a look at it. I'll take a look at it. I'm all over the place with my scales. Unless you talk about draw a castle block. Okay, so I think this is where we're going to leave it. This is a good stopping point. What have we got to do next? We've got to draw in... oh, by the way, I am not flagstoning the ground here yet. It's a hamlet. I want it just to be heavy walked on ground, okay? I think maybe when we get to the village, we might introduce some cobble or something. That would be a real nice evolution, but not the hamlet. We've got to do this northwest corner. That's all we've got to do. Part of it is a farm, so no big deal. We're going to draw a corral. And then we're just going to fill in the rest of the area there with just like, you know, this rough little texturing that we've got going on. I like where we're at. I feel a little bit behind. I wanted to be done with this particular map and over here already. But it's okay because it looks lovely. It looks lovely. So next stream will be Monday night of next week, okay? Monday night, maybe Monday night. It's Drax's birthday, so maybe not Monday night. But on the next stream, we're going to finish this map, and it shouldn't take long. What do you think? About half an hour, maybe an hour. We'll finish this one, then we're going to pick this guy up. We're going to move it over here. We're going to zoom out, and we're going to start drawing in the rest of the buildings. And... this is the type of scale we're going to start adding a little bit of cobble into the streets. And I think that'll be a good evolution right there. So this is where we're at. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me tonight. Actually, so Princess, any chance of us streaming Whiskey and Bed Fridays? Yes, I've done one or two. I don't tend to do them as regularly, but I do like doing them. I do have the camera and everything set up for it. So, yes. I think the answer is yes on that. I haven't got to paint on Fridays as much as I would like to do. I've been painting over weekends and stuff. And it might not be this weekend because I've actually got some desk work to do. I'm actually adding some shelves to my desk. But yes, thank you for the request. I take it seriously and to heart. And I think that's fair. Hanging out, doing a little bit of painting, showing you what I'm actually working on. I could see us doing that. Love you all. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Hopefully you like where this is going. I'm really kind of feeling it. I like it. I like it. So thank you for hanging out on a Thursday night, episode 7 of the Trollord Games Castle Keeper's Guide. Here we create little worlds, we create stories, we give these guys life, right? We've got so many little characters emerging over here, including a little vampire mausoleum already in a hamlet, the hamlet screwed. I'll see you all on the flip side. Everyone have a fantastic weekend if I don't see you over the weekend. I love you. I'll see you on the next one.